What's going on, guys? Sparks here. So this video is going to be a little bit different than one I'm used to making. It's going to take a little more serious tone on it, so I do apologize. I am using my regular voice, you know what I'm saying? I ain't using that Commander Sparks voice. But I saw an article on Firewatch, and it's something that kind of hit me even while I was playing the game, but it didn't really have an impact on me until I realized after the fact, and I wanted to make a video on it because I think it's something that people may have missed with this game, and I think it's something worth discussing and seeing what you guys think as well. Now, if you haven't gotten around to playing Firewatch yet and you just happen across this video, I highly suggest clicking off of it. I'm just trying to give you a fair warning because it is going to have some spoilers in it, kind of. So go play the game for yourself. It's a great game, and then come back to this video and see what you think yourself. So in Firewatch, we know you play as a troubled man named Henry, who escapes to the Wyoming wilderness to pretty much get away from the reality of his problems back at home, which regards his wife named Julia, who you come to find out has dementia. In the very beginning stages of the game, the player is made to make hard decisions regarding Julia's health, and it kind of gives you an emotional attachment to these characters right off the bat. Very shortly after having to make these hard decisions, you're thrust into the shoes of Henry, who takes on the Firewatch job. Now later you come to realize that there's a woman named Delilah who's actually your supervisor, who's pretty much your only source of contact when you're out in the wilderness, watching for fires, of course. Eventually one thing leads to another as days go by, and you realize that you might have feelings for Delilah and Delilah might have feelings for you. And that's where the problem comes in. And it also brings up what you actually might have missed in the game and you might not have noticed. Now on day 15, you're woken up by what seems to be Delilah, only to go over to the radio and hear Julie on the other end of it. Now of course this is just a dream, but I think they wanted to put this into the game to remind you, hey, guess what, you have a wife at home, even though you and Delilah have kind of started to mend a relationship via the radio. Fast forward to day 64, and some eventful and colorful language is said between Delilah and Henry during the flapjack fire. Now you may be asking yourself, well, what the hell are you getting at? What are you giving us all this background information for, and what is it that we're missing? Well, there's a reason. If you ever notice after the events of you naming the fire and having the conversation about Delilah coming over to visit you, you'll notice that Henry does not represent his wedding ring on his finger anymore. Now that may not seem like a lot, but to me it's actually pretty impactful, and it's something that I didn't really even take into effect after I read the article. And you can really notice it when you're climbing up something or whatever. It's just not there. It's just vacant. And it's one of those things where it's not announced, it's not whatever. It's one of those things where when you're playing the game, you see it for yourself, and it's an action that the character took that you didn't do yourself, if that makes any sense. And that's why it kind of hit me so hard, because I have never seen anything like this in a video game ever. To where a character has voluntarily not decided to represent his marriage, and it gives you the power later on. Even though he does it himself in the beginning, it will actually give you the option to pick up the ring and put the ring on for yourself if you want to represent the marriage. Now, this hit me kind of hard, and the reason being is because I have had a grandfather in the past year who actually has died because of dementia. So I don't know what it is. I guess it resonated with me and whatever, but that part of it resonated with me in the fact that Julia has dementia and that she's suffering from it, and she's so young age and stuff like that. And it just, I don't know what it was, it just hit me so hard when I realized that Henry does not have the wedding ring on his finger anymore. And I think that's something that maybe people may have missed. Maybe they didn't see it after the flapjack, that they didn't even think to notice that his finger, or the ring, wasn't even on his finger anymore. I want to know what you guys think about this. And that's pretty much why I made this video, because I want to see what you guys also think about this. I want to know, did you notice this? When you had the opportunity to put the ring back on, did you put the ring back on? And how do you think about, you know, what do you think about Henry and his decision to take the ring off? Do you think it was the right choice? Do you think it was a bad choice? Let me know in the comments. I really want a discussion on this, because I think this is pretty interesting regarding this game. And like I said, I think it might be something that people may have missed after the events of the flapjack fire, or whatever it is that you name the fire. So I really hope that this video was cool to you and interesting and informational, and maybe something that you missed. Maybe it's not. If you guys did enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like. I really appreciate it. You guys have been giving me a lot of support lately, and it absolutely means the world to me. I really do appreciate it. I can't say that enough. Subscribe if you guys would like to see more content like this. I do a lot of how-to videos and all that stuff, so stay tuned. And this is good old Commander Sparks, signing out. Have a good one, everybody.